Welcome back to the channel. If you're returning and if you're new here, welcome. This is going to be the channel where I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of DIY projects, whether it's inside the house or outside the house. Doesn't matter what it is, we're going to be doing that here on this channel. But in today's video, we're going to be working on a flower wall that I did for my wedding a couple of months ago. And I decided to not rent or buy, but in hindsight, I probably should have at least rented the flower wall. And there are things that I should have done differently since I was DIYing it, but you'll hear a lot more of that later on in the video. I did follow a YouTube video that I found where she was doing a destination wedding, her own destination wedding. So she did a flower wall for that, and it just made sense to follow it because it was very clear and concise. So I will go ahead and link her video in the description as soon as I find it. But everything that I'm going to be using here today is going to be linked in the description box, including where I've gotten everything. Most of it was Dollar Tree and Joann's, but everything will be in the description below. So let me just go ahead and stop talking and let's get into this video. So all the flowers that I'm using come straight from Dollar Tree. I'm just removing the stems because we don't need them, but I'm leaving the leaves on because it adds a little bit of realism to everything, just so it can look a little less fake, of course. Shout out to Kobe for keeping an eye on the materials. That's manager number 1. You'll meet manager number 2 later on. So I ordered the darkest green fabric that Joann had, and I ordered about 7 yards of this. I don't remember what type of fabric this is. It might have just been a regular cotton. It was on sale when I did get it. I hot glued the 2 pieces together, which I probably should have sewn for extra security, but it was fine just hot gluing it, and it never came apart, so that was a good part. And here comes manager number 2, Luna, just doing her job. So the flower wall in total is 5 feet by 8 feet. And right now what I'm doing is just placing some of the flowers to kind of get a feel of how everything is going to start looking once I start gluing everything down. So after getting a couple of rows laid out just so we can see how everything is going to fall, we decided to go ahead and start gluing them with the hot glue gun. I did take some breaks with completing this wall, so there's a lot of clips that weren't filmed. So I'm sorry in advance, and including the clips that were for the setup with it on the stand. But I do have pictures that I will include later on in the video. I wish I took the time to fluff some of these flowers so it looks a little bit more 3D-ish and not kind of like 2D or 1D, but I didn't, so it kind of looks a little bit flat, but it was okay. So this is just the last row on the wall. Everything was really repetitive with gluing the flowers down to the fabric, and then I believe I held them down for maybe a couple of seconds, maybe like 5-10 seconds, really not too long, because of course hot glue dries really fast, so didn't need to hold it forever. that's just about everything. I need to fill in that gap that's over here. And then this will be done. And then I need to finish out the white here. I don't know why it looks more fuller over here, so I'm just gonna have to put some more white pieces to kind of fill in some of the gaps. So this is the almost final finish of the flower wall, but this is the main part of the flower wall. I think it looks pretty good. I'm still on the fence about the white here. I think it looks good, but then it might start getting to me because the leaves underneath the white flower on this side is a little bit darker than the leaves on this side, because they came from different bouquets technically, but they're still the same flower for the most part. So I tried to kind of fill in some spaces, but I think I will go ahead and use some garland or like different color baby's breath to go in certain spaces here throughout the flower wall. I know that there is some green fabric left over here. I think I'm just gonna put some garland here as well to kind of just give it a little bit of depth and just cover it up, and then go from there. That'll be good. Right now I'm going to let it cool down for a little bit. I'm going to make sure I check my flowers, because every so often when I unravel it to finish up one area, flowers do kind of stick up, I think. Nope. Okay, so they kind of come up a little bit. I don't know if it's because I don't let it cool down all the way or what, but I'm hoping that the dogs don't come and run over this here. But I am so happy that this is finally finished, because this took way too long. First of all, I think Dollar Tree needs to change their website to allow us to do colors instead of having random colors that we don't need. So this way it might have been easier for me to go ahead and finish this flower wall a lot quicker. I had to go to different Dollar Trees, about 15 actually, and some of them I went to more than once to search for these flowers, mostly the white flowers. The white ones were hard to find because I think once the season started changing and is now starting to get warm, closer to 4th of July, they put out different flowers, and they never know when they're gonna get shipment of flowers and what flowers they're going to get if they do get shipment of these flowers. So it took a lot of driving around different Dollar Trees. I've gone to Dollar Trees in even Virginia, because again, I needed to look for these flowers. So I'm glad that this part is done. Now the next part of it will be a lot easier to do, but I'll go ahead and share the finished product of that when I finish, hopefully sooner than later. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this video. I know it's not the best flower wall out there, but it served its purpose, and that's really all I needed it for. Now, would I do it again in the future? Probably not, unless I find a better way to do this flower wall and it comes out looking like a professional did it. Otherwise, I'm just going to either rent or buy a flower wall if I absolutely need it. So there's still more videos to come. We haven't even talked about the breakdown of everything we spent on this wedding, from DIYs to vendors, etc. So that is still up next. And there are still a whole bunch of other videos that are coming up next of some DIY projects that we've done for the wedding that I haven't posted yet. So stay tuned and catch those videos as soon as I upload them. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on so you can get notified of the next video, and I'll see you guys soon.